Hi, I'm Debbie Cronister, and I am here to show you more of the alternatives for the April 2025 Inked Occasions Paper Pumpkin. So this is one of my alternates, and it's just a simple Z-fold card. So we're going to go through putting that together, and all the measurements can be found at stampwithdeb.com. And there is a free project sheet. So just find the right one. This is card number 13. So we're going to start with moving all this off the way. Okay. So this is our inside for our card. And because it is going to go, this is a Z-fold card, just like that. And so this is going to go inside and it's going to show through the front. So I have cut just a small 1 7/8 inch by probably 5 1/4. Yeah, because I cut this at 5 3/8. So I'm just going to attach that to the inside. This is the area where you would write your note for the card. And that way it won't show. Plus, you've got something over in the other section of it. Okay, and then we have a pot that is cut from Storybook Garden. Storybook Garden is kind of a fun set. It coordinates with Storybook Friends, and it does have dies. My dies are not mounted, so they're falling all over the place. And it has a great, some great stamps. So it's really kind of fun to use. So I used the dies for this pot, and I am going to trim off the top 2 pots just so that this isn't quite so tall. And just giving that a little roundness there to follow with the top of the pot. So I trim that off. Where'd it go? Let's throw that in the trash. I'm going to attach the flowers. These flowers were in the paper pumpkin, so they'll fit perfectly in my pot. I do have to trim this a little bit down here. And I'm going to trim a little over this way just to bring it in so that, because the bottom of the pot is narrower than the top. I'm going to add some adhesive to, like, where do I want to add it? We'll add it to this. We're going to add it to the flowers. And I'm using green glue on this. And then, and it's not really called green glue, it's called Tombow Multi-Purpose Liquid Glue. So that is the official name. And this is going to go right on here. I am going to put it on with dimensionals. I want to give that a couple seconds here to let it dry. So we'll add some dimensionals to the back of this. And we're going to add one to the back of the flower, one of the mini dimensionals. Turn over here. Just right in the back of that flower, just to support it so that it doesn't get knocked around. Okay, we're ready to put that on the inside. So we're putting it inside the card this time. Just like that. And I should have a little bling here. I'm not seeing it. Might be still in my envelope. So these are the beautiful envelopes that came with the paper pumpkin this time. They're just so beautiful. Okay, so I've lost my bling. That's nothing new. Okay, so we're going to attach this to the inside of our card. And I think I will use the glue for that as well. And that's going to be in there. I'm not going to take it out to write on it. So that is just a 1/16 of an inch is what it is all the way around here. Okay, and then I have these 2 layers. Oh, I found my bling. Amazing, huh? Let's add our bling to our flower before we lose it again. There we go. Okay, and so this is cut from the paper pumpkin. Can you guys see that beautiful gold in there? Isn't that gorgeous? So Three of the sheets were the gold like this. Three of them were a softer color, and three of them were almost the same, except for not having the gold in it as this. So it was the same color brightness as this is. Um, Three of them were more geared towards the pool party. The lighter ones were. And I just put that on Cricut. I love green glue for that reason. Because now I can remove it, or at least adjust it a little bit here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to add that to the front of our card. If I had done that with the Stampin' Seal Plus, the Stampin' Seal, I'm not sure I would have got it off. I usually can right at the beginning, but once it's set, it's there for stays. Okay, and I'm just going to add this to this fold, which is the front of the card. And then I'm going to stamp with Gorgeous Grape. And we have a little tag here from Grow with Love to make sure we have the right side. You do know they have two different sides. There's a front and back when you die cut. So there's a free project sheet on stampwithdeb.com that has all the instructions and all the sets, the products that I used. So make sure you check that out. And like I said, it's free and it'll give you all the instructions for all 21 cards. So I don't want to touch that too soon. Whoops, we're going to touch it now. And I'm just going to add my thanks right up here. Just a simple, sweet card to say thanks to someone. I'm only putting one bling on it, and I do have a bow. The bow's tied from a gold cord. It's got gold, and then there's vanilla in the middle here. So it's one of the cords that we carried before. I don't believe we carry it any longer. As with so many of the things that I'm using, it seems like. But I want to use them up. It's good use. It's good to do that. Plus, I know you guys probably have all these things as well, right? So it helps you to know how to use them. Okay, let's trim off those tails. They're a little bit long. There we go. And that is card number 13. Let's close that up. And we'll move on to number 14. Okay, number 14 is a fun fold. It's a gift card. So it's kind of fun. And it's really simple considering it's a gift card. But it is very unique. So I have cut this at 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 2 inches and 6 inches. So you can see I have 2 score lines here. I have to find my bone folder or grab another one. Let me grab another one. Hang on a minute while I grab a bone folder. The problem will be here they are. Now I have a whole drawer full of them, or a whole box full of them. Okay, so I'm going to fold this. And you guys know that this is the mountain side. This is the valley side. So you want it, your valley side is already stretched. So that needs to become the outside. So you fold it so that the mountain is inside. And you'll get a nice fold each time. Just works out that way. Okay, so let's start with, okay, we'll start with this. So I embossed this. This is going to go on the bottom. So the larger, the bigger end here goes over top, okay? The smaller end is going to go on the bottom. So we're going to start with the bottom. And I have embossed this with, why can't I ever remember the name of that embossing folder? I love it. It's something brick. It's exposed brick. I always think e-brick. What's it called? So it's embossed with exposed brick just because I felt like it needed something. Not that you really have to. If you put another designer series paper down here instead, that would look great too. But I chose not to. And then this was cut from the Paper Pumpkin kit. And this is going to go at the top. And like I said, all the measurements for these are on my blog. So jump over there and check it out at stampwithdeb.com. Oops, this is going, oops. That I should have cut a little bit shorter. We're going to grab a paper trimmer. I got one right here. We're just going to trim off a hair. Just a hair too long for some reason. And then I'm going to have ink all over glue all over my paper trimmer, but you know what? It's okay. It comes off. You just hit it with a little rubbing alcohol and that will come off. Because that's just too long. Yeah, I'll probably cut it too short. It's fine. Yeah, that works. Oops, sorry about that. That's my watch. Okay, and then we're going to adhere this to the top of our card here. Let's find it, and it's going to go right here. Just like that. Okay, now this is the inside. This is our gift card holder. And I am looking to see if I have some tear and tape. I used to have a roll in my drawer here. I do. Good. Okay, we need some tear and tape for this. So this is cut at 4 by 5 7/8, and then you're going to score it at 2, which is this one, and 5 3/4, because this is 5 and 4 and 7 5 7/8. So you're going to score it at 5 3/8. Yes, 2 and 5 3/8 is where you're going to score it. I'm terrible with these instructions, these measurements. Once I have them down, oops, and we're going to fold this one opposite. So that one's going to fold under, this one's going to fold up. Okay, and then I have used a greeting out of, and I didn't grab this one, out of a retired set, and I just love this little set. It's just the sweetest little set. Let's see, what's it called? It must be over there. I think I have it over here. I did grab it. So it is called, oh, here it is. Expressions of Friendship. So if you have this in your collection, these are just great greetings. So I'm going to use this one that says, today is all about you, because when it's your birthday, it is all about you. And I'm going to stamp with Highland Heather on that and on the front of the card. With that set and with the birthday set that the birthday stamp that came out of there as well. I seem to have misplaced my Highland Heather. Oh, it looks blue. Okay. The end of it here looks blue. See? This strip here is turning blue too. Shows you how long I've had it. Okay, so we're going to stamp with that. And so we're going to figure out where we're stamping. This part is going to flip up, and so we want to stamp right along here. If today is all about you. We're going to test this. Okay, that's good. Just right across there so that it'll pop up. And then we're also going to stamp the happy birthday on here. And now we're done with the stamping part. We can close this up. So you can see all the cards that I made are pretty much die cut. Most of the things from it are die cut. And I have die cut everything for you. If you do the kit, if you do the Spice Up Paper Pumpkin kit, it's all die cut for you. So this is tear and tape, and this is a 1/8 inch that I have here. just because I want it really small so that a gift card will fit in there. I'm going to trim that off instead of pulling it because it's tearing crooked. And we're going to close that up. So do you ever have this problem where your tape is stuck? Take your pick tool and come in from the side. It'll pop right up. Just about halfway down or so, a little ways down. Okay, so we're going to close that up. This, we're going to put tear and tape across here. And because this is so narrow, I would use a wider tape on this. So I'm just going to put 2 strips just to be sure that it holds. Okay, and then let's peel those up. Also, if you burnish them, the tape sticks better. And it's easier to pull them up because then it comes off. Okay, now for this, we're gonna flatten this out. I'm gonna come in here and we're gonna lay this right in here, right in the fold, nice and straight, looking on the right and the left to make sure you're at the center. And we're gonna close that up and press it down. Okay, so it's perfect. All right, now we're gonna close this bottom part down here with tear and tape also. So let's put a little bit down here. And down here. And I think my tear and tape is probably getting a little old since we're at the bottom of the roll. So let's go ahead and burnish that real good. And then we'll pull that off. So I just want to pull the paper off. I don't want the tape. I want the tape to stay. And that's why when we burnish it, it presses it down into that paper a little bit better. Okay. We're going to close this up. And you notice that my little thing here is inside. And so I could use a wider tape on that one. So when you open it, it's all about you. Today is all about you. And that's so super cute. Okay, let's add this. These are both cut out of the Stylish Shapes dies. And I did pop that one up. Okay. So we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this one. Just give it 3. Just to hold it up. I saw that over the corner there. Okay, we're going to add our bling. Ha ha ha. Me and the bling. I mean, we are having a rough day of this today. Let's see if I left it in the envelope. Nope. I need some purple gems. Let's see. Do I have them over here? No, they're across the room. Of course. Okay, so I'm going to put adhesive on the top portion of this. And just attach that right there. Let me go grab my purple gems. I'll be right back in a second. Back in a flash, right? Oh, they're right here on top. Just grab these. And we'll add some gems to that. So these are the purple gems. Purple, what are they called? Purple fine shimmer gems. They're really pretty. And there are so many different colors. So this is like a blackberry. Then we've got grape, which is real dark. And then more like a Highland Heather. And it even goes into a little bit of a fresh freesia over here. So a little pinkier. Okay, so we're going to go with the Highland Heather. And I'm just going to put 3 of them down here. Much easier when you have a bigger piece of to work with. Plastic, bigger piece of the gems. Okay, there is card number 14. Really simple. And it's a fun gift card. So you could put a gift card. You could put a gift card in there. Okay, so for number 15, 15 is this one. And I once again used the Storybook Garden Patch for this. And I wanted to highlight these colors. So this is our peach pie and Calypso coral, which goes well with this. So I have already embossed with a mini corrugated embossing folder. And let's go ahead and put some of this together. So we'll move this out of the way. This is for the inside of the card. And just attach that to that. And we're going to set that aside. And then for the front of the card, we have another one of those. And then we have the corrugated. Now, when you do the corrugated, you want to be careful. If you use a tape runner on it, you may stretch it all out so it has no corrugation. Mine shrunk when I put it in there, so it's a little bit small, but it's okay. I'm going to use the green glue, and the green glue sticks to it well and holds it to the paper well. So I'm just going to put some green glue on there. I really like this folder. So, and attach that to our peach pie. A little bit off, so let's shift it over a little bit. There we go. Okay. And this is going to get attached to the front of the card, and we can do that with our Stampin' Seal. So it's going to go right here, centering it again, leaving a margin. It's about a 1/8 inch margin. Okay. Now we have some pots. On this one, I did not cut the pots down because I wrapped this gold thread, gold twisted thread is what it's called, around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a glue dot and attach that to the back of my pot. Let's see, it's going to go right in here in the middle and start wrapping. And I just wrapped it around a couple of times and then just pressed it into that dot again. Whoops, let's pull it down. I'm going to press it into that dot. Come on, be nice to me. Okay, and we're going to do that on all three of the, on two of the pots. Okay, so we've just did it on that one, and we'll do it on this one. It's light colored. So adding my glue dot to the back, and then just attaching that cord. And it kind of doesn't matter where your glue dot is. The cord's going to go where it needs to go. And then press it into that glue dot and turn it off. Okay, now I need 2 bows. I have plenty here for bows. So I'm just going to tie 2 little bows out of that gold thread. It is a challenge to tie that into a bow. It's because it's so fine. And I'm going to use a glue dot to attach that. So I'm just going to put my bow right on my glue dot, like that, and pull it off. Flip this over and attach this. And I'm going to put it right over here. And it's a big whoopy bow. And I don't really care. I think that's fine. Works good for me. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. Whoops. We don't want it caught in our flowers. I'm going to rip our flowers up. Okay, so I'm just going to tie a bow with this thread. pull those down a little bit. I'm going to make this one a little smaller. And add a blue dot. Let's see, I'm getting carried away on these blue dots. I'm getting too far up and not using the ones that are down here. Okay, so let's flip this over and attach this here. Okay, so now we have 3 of these. We're going to put this one directly on our card. Just right back here. I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal. Oh, wait a minute. We have to put the flowers in there, don't we? Let's cut our flowers apart. Let me go. Okay. So for the flowers, I did these 2 go in the large pot, the 2 on the right here. And you can just cut right up here and keep this nice and smooth. You know what? I'm going to cut it from this direction. It works better for me. Okay, that is going to go into this pot. Okay, so I've got some flowers here that I don't want this group. And just because they're too wide. And I'm going to adhere them to that. And then this will give me a good guideline of where my pot is going to go. So I have to keep it on the page. And that's going to be my back one. Okay, so then here, I'm going to cut these apart. And there's my silicone mat right here. I am going to attach this one to the back of my little pink pot here. And then this one is going to go in my orange pot. So it doesn't matter where you put your adhesive. It's whatever, is comfortable at that moment. You can put it on the pot. You can put it on the plant. Okay, let's put some dimensionals on here. And pop these little guys up. I think I'll just do the 2. And this is my lighter pot. So it's going to go on the right over here. Just kind of at the bottom, but over towards the right, not too close. Overlapping a little bit, like they're sitting in front. Okay, and then this one is going to go on the left. Right here. I'm going to go a little higher with this one. Yeah. And maybe a little further over. I don't want that high. Just like they're just sitting in different places. Okay. Now we're going to use the hello that came from from the December paper pumpkin. This was the December paper pumpkin, and these words have just come in so handy. It has such a variety. This best of luck would work for St. Patrick's Day. Lots of love would work for Valentine's Day. Happy birthday, just a note, thank you. I mean, they are just been a really good asset to have. And so, where did I put them? They're so good, I put them somewhere I can't find them. Okay. There's the happy birthday. There's the other one. There's feel better soon. I pulled them all over here. Here's the thank you. Maybe I didn't pull that one out. I have a basket that I've been keeping everything in. Yep, it's right there in the basket. And I'm going to use Calypso Coral. It's a little bit light, but I think it's good enough. So let me find my Calypso Coral now, right? Okay, so I got it. I have stacks of stuff around here just to do these videos. So pardon me, but I'm trying to get these done and so everybody can see these beautiful cards and make them if they want. Okay, so that is this one. And I'm going to attach this because it is corrugated. I'm just going to attach it flat. I am not going to pop it up, but I am going to let it hang over a little bit. Okay, and then we need some blaze. So this is Shimmer Gems again, and I believe it came from the 2024 through 26 in color. That's where I think it came from. It's a peach pie. I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. So 1, 2, and number 3 goes on the hello tag right over here. And there, oops, nope, we need a dimensional underneath. Oh, I found my purple gem, guys. Okay. We need a dimensional under there. Let's put one under the other one too. Under this flower. Okay. Let's press those down. And there we go. And that is card number 15. So you'll find all the instructions on stampwithdeb.com. Just look for the group. So it will give you the numbers of 3 cards. And so check it out. And the PDF instructions are down towards the bottom, and the video is there as well if you need to watch it again. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.